Luigi Mangione's Dark Obsessions, I Get Inside Killers' Minds is a chilling exploration of the psychology behind some of history's most notorious serial killers. In this controversial work, Mangione delves into the minds of the infamous monsters who have left indelible marks on society, offering an unsettling perspective on what makes these individuals tick. However, this manifesto is not merely an academic analysis or a psychological case study. Its unsettling tone and Mangione's admiring yet haunting fascination with these killers walk a fine line between curiosity and idolization. The implications of this work, when placed in the broader context of contemporary culture, raise significant questions about how far one can go in understanding evil without crossing into admiration or glorification. The book is presented as a collection of profiles on notorious figures such as Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and John Wayne Gacy, each detailed in a manner that combines clinical observation with a palpable sense of intrigue. Mangione, a seasoned criminologist, claims that understanding these killers on a deeper level is essential for prevention and insight into their motives, but his presentation of these individuals borders on romanticizing their darkness. His obsession with the why behind their horrific actions is undeniable, and at times it feels as though he is not simply studying them, but idolizing them. Through his detailed narratives, he almost elevates them to the status of tragic antiheroes, whose actions, however grotesque, are framed as the inevitable result of their tortured psyches. Mangione's approach to the study of serial killers, particularly the way he presents them, might lead readers to question whether such individuals are merely the products of their circumstances, or whether they possess a kind of inherent evil that defies explanation. The tone of reverence that pervades his descriptions can easily slip into the territory of glorification. He often expresses a fascination with the killer's intelligence and cunning, focusing on their manipulative qualities and the ways they defy conventional understandings of morality. This is perhaps most apparent in his portrayal of Bundy, whose charm and calculated actions are described in a way that feels almost empathetic. While Mangione does not condone their actions, his writing style at times hints at an admiration for the killer's ability to outwit authorities, create chaos, and evoke fear. This dangerous flirtation with idolization has real-world consequences. Dark Obsessions does not simply serve as a detached exploration of criminal psychology. It risks feeding into the growing culture of glorification surrounding serial killers. In recent years, society has seen a disturbing trend in the idolization of notorious criminals. The true crime genre, once a tool for investigation and awareness, has been co-opted by entertainment outlets and social media platforms, which often sensationalize or romanticize the lives and actions of murderers. Shows, documentaries, and even merchandise bearing the names and faces of killers like Dahmer and Gacy can create a distorted perception of these figures, transforming them from horrific monsters into morbid celebrities. In this context, Mangione's work, though educational in parts, could inadvertently serve to feed this dark fascination, rather than to warn against it. One of the central dangers of idolizing figures like Bundy or Dahmer is the risk of trivializing their victims. The murders committed by these individuals were not mere acts, they were deeply destructive events that irreversibly altered the lives of countless families. Yet, in Mangione's treatment of these killers, the focus often shifts away from the victims and onto the killers themselves. The killers' backstories, their motives, their manipulative prowess, and their ability to elude capture are dissected in ways that frequently overshadow the suffering of their victims. The obsessive detailing of their crimes, combined with an almost voyeuristic exploration of their personalities, can distance the reader from the pain caused by their actions. When killers are presented as puzzles to be solved or mysteries to be unlocked, the devastating impact of their actions on real people can be lost in the morass of intrigue. Mangione's manifesto is not entirely without merit. His examination of the psychological factors that lead to criminal behavior offers insight into the twisted processes that can turn seemingly ordinary individuals into monsters. He emphasizes the importance of understanding the background and early life experiences of serial killers, which can help criminologists and psychologists predict and prevent future crimes. He also makes an argument for better law enforcement techniques, particularly in the areas of psychological profiling and investigative strategies. These insights are valuable and necessary in the fight against crime, and they demonstrate Mangione's expertise in his field. However, the problematic nature of Mangione's portrayal of serial killers cannot be overlooked. His admiration for their intelligence and cunning frequently overshadows the more important aspects of his work, such as the understanding of criminal psychology from a preventive and therapeutic standpoint. His obsession with their inner workings can be seen as an extension of the broader cultural trend that romanticizes violence and criminal behavior, particularly in the age of social media and online fan bases. The temptation to delve deeply into the psychology of killers is not inherently harmful, but it becomes dangerous when it starts to glorify them or imply that their monstrous actions are somehow fascinating or admirable. Moreover, Mangione's portrayal raises ethical concerns. In his pursuit of understanding, he risks blurring the line between empathy for the human condition and empathy for evil. His work, in attempting to dissect the mental states of these killers, could unintentionally generate sympathy for them or justify their actions. This is a slippery slope, as it could lead readers to believe that these killers are somehow victims of their circumstances, excusing their actions or elevating their status as individuals deserving of study rather than scorn. The danger of Mangione's book lies not in the factual information it presents, but in the manner in which it frames the killers as objects of fascination. As we continue to grapple with the legacy of serial killers in our culture, we must tread carefully when studying them. While it is important to understand the causes and effects of their behavior, it is equally important not to lose sight of the human toll their actions have taken. There is a fine line between investigation and glorification, and in the case of dark obsessions, Mangione's approach may serve to blur that line in a way that is both dangerous and irresponsible. Idolizing these killers does not lead to a deeper understanding of human nature. It only fuels a culture of morbidity and, in some cases, encourages the perpetuation of violence.